Well, howdy guys, thanks for tuning on back in. I'm ImperialJedi. This is episode number 6. Rolling right along with our little empire here. And I guess the goal of today's episode is really just to kind of maximize a little bit more. Like, we're really just on a really good financial run right now. And if possible, I'll kind of let you guys in on the plans for the bigger scheme right here. You can kind of see we've got a few cities that could probably benefit from a little bit more train traffic. So I think we're going to add one more train to line 13 and line number 1. But what I want to do for this episode, I know in the last one I was kind of saying that we were working in and around this little quadrants and whatnot, but I kind of have a new plan in mind. What I want to do, since we're unlocking a whole bunch of new airplanes really quickly, I do want to put a new airport in the Grand Prairie area and just link maybe a couple of these towns over by bus, and then just do some in-town transit over here, and just get everything ready to start bringing a train, you know, eventually over here. So yeah, lots to do. And just a couple quick little notes to make here. So I did go through all of the lines, and it's made sure that we're getting a newer vehicle as our replacement, because some of our older ones were getting replaced by older vehicles. So I went ahead and did that. And a couple towns I've already gone ahead and upgraded some of the roads, but if you're noticing, like over here in Little Rock, for example, maybe not the best example because traffic's actually not all that bad over here. But, well, actually, I mean, it's okay. You can see how this area here is starting to build. And, like the tram vehicles, that kind of stuff, they can only go so fast, right? So if your in-town traffic wants to go faster than your transit vehicles, if you're at that kind of point in the world, you should probably be doing some road upgrades. So just really quickly, Large Street works perfectly. You're going to look for... Well, first I want to do the trams, so we'll do those guys now. So anywhere there's a tram kind of route, we're going to upgrade this. That's just going to widen the road. You can see we can't... Well, we can put these in, but it'll smash down all these buildings. That's way too expensive. So I like the Large Street. You'll notice that when you're at the outskirts of towns, it's going to want to make the road itself wider, and sometimes that's not possible. So just be aware of that. It's more one of those things like once everything's established, then you upgrade. Because when there's buildings on both sides of the road, you can kind of see you don't have to worry about them getting destroyed. So kind of pick and choose when you want to do this. And just make sure you're not getting rid of like, you know, tram tracks, electric wires, like that kind of stuff. And in some areas, you just won't be able to do it, unfortunately. So right here, we probably have to remove this intersection, which would require, you know, a lot of money, because we'd have to remove all of those buildings, right? So I don't think we're going to do it. Sometimes it, like right there, is okay to do it, but then sometimes you have no choice. And then here, I don't know why it gives you the option, because you can't even do anything there. Okay, so what I'm doing first right now, just, yeah, find anywhere that has a tram going through it, to a certain extent. Can't do that there either. And you can see the rest of our city, it's just buses, so that's no problem. We don't really need the bus lane, so we'll just do that. Okay, and we probably just could have kept keep if we needed to. So why don't we click on that just in case we come across any. Otherwise, we're just going to upgrade as many roads as we can without doing too much of this, because that's expensive. Unless it's on the outskirts, then that's no problem. Remember, the city, it will grow, right? So that's not anything to stress about. If we have a few wider roads on the outskirts. Awesome. And we're not really noticing too much traffic, because we're doing a pretty darn good job here of managing our in-town, just people with transit. So job well done. Anyway, I'll do the rest of the cities off camera, but just to give you guys, you know, just make sure you're doing this type of thing. Because I'll show you an example of a city that is just starting to lose the battle for traffic. I think you guys know which one I'm going to go to. It was the city that was feeding... Was it Rancho? Oh, I thought it was... I thought we had one more connecting over here. Well, I guess traffic has calmed down since we put the tram route in. So, maybe not the best example. Yeah, same with Buffalo, maybe not the best example. Okay, so I take back what I was going to say. Anyway, that's going to go on the back burner. I'll do that in between episodes. Really quickly, before we jump into our building, let's just put a couple more trains on the line so we have a little bit more money to be made. Buy trains, please. And how fast are these ones? 160 and 160. Well, that's good to know. We could probably put both of those on a line together. These ones are, yeah, 177. So I think we'll just kind of stick to these. One for each. Don't want to make it too crowded. Oh, and also, good news to report on. Check this out. Let me put this on 3-speed here. So since we added the new trucks to the line, you guys can see how many, how full this train is once it leaves. Oh, cool, new stuff. Oh, ooh, an actual new. Look at this, eh? It's just at the halfway point, pretty much. So we're getting there, guys. This is exciting. An actual airplane. Okay, well, let's use one of these on our new routes. Let's do it. And let's set our planes to do an automatic upgrade to those. Because at the end of the last episode, we had just unlocked a smaller Douglas DC plane. Maybe it's a DC-3, I believe. But I kind of like the look of that one a bit more. Yeah, it was a DC-3. Ooh, it's expensive. A lot faster and holds a lot more people, though. Yep, so let's do it. Set those for automatic upgrade. What are you leaving at? Look at that, just above the halfway. So we're doing well with this. I think we're going to keep on letting that kind of truck along. And yeah, let's get started with our new little airport over here. Okay, so you guys probably know by now, it's not as simple as just plopping down an airport and hoping for the best. We actually have to do some effort here. And let's use some wider roads, because we have a little bit more money at our disposal. You can see just how expensive these actually are, though. And then my game plan with Grand Prairie is, because it's going to have an airport, and it's going to be more of like a central kind of hub kind of area, let's kind of pretend that it's going to be a mega city, or that it's already a mega city. We're going to just put in a whole bunch of these large roads right now. We could use these extra large. I personally think they're a little bit overkill. If you want to have a few here and there just to kind of make a downtown kind of feel, ain't nothing wrong with that, but you can kind of see they're large and in charge. A little bit too much almost. So I guess this comes down to personal preference. I don't like to use these because I think they're just too big, so I stick with these ones here. Same speed as well. It's more, if you want fast ones, you got to use these country roads. Which we're not going to worry about. Okay. So just, you know, same old song and dance. We're just kind of getting the city ready for some in-town transit. And we will eventually have a train line roaring on through here. So I imagine we'll probably set that up, even if it's just a little bit of placeholder right now. And who knows, we can probably move a little bit faster now that we're, you know, pretty much pros here. Okay, so let's get these roads nice and wide. Am I on extra large? I am. I only wanted to be on large there, that's okay. Cool. And we're just doing this before the transit goes in, because it's going to make things a lot easier than having to worry about upgrading and that kind of stuff. And yeah, we're losing a few buildings here and there, but that's okay. The city's still kind of small, so it's not really costing us all that much to move things along. And you know, if we tackled, you know, traffic pretty early, then no headaches later on, so this is kind of worth it, I think. Maybe a little bit overkill with how many streets we're actually using, but that's, you know, that's again personal preference and probably not doing too much harm in the grand scheme. There. You also got to think, ooh, awesome new trucks. You got to think too, right? Like, you wouldn't really have a large street empty into a smaller street. You know, you just don't want to create bottlenecks, right? So just be aware of like that kind of stuff. And it looks like we just need a couple more. There we go. Cool. Get that out of the way. So I'll probably do, again, another round of vehicle upgrades, maybe for some of the ones we're about to unlock. Like off camera, most likely. This is looking pretty cool. And just because we're kind of in that direction, let's put our train station right on this edge down here. And we'll kind of anticipate a bigger place. So why don't we even do 6, just so we can start thinking about maybe having some high speed, just like, I don't need a second connection just yet. Yeah, we'll have like a high speed rail link eventually, just connecting two cities that are like really, really far edges of the map type thing. And we can have those on like a dedicated track, just so they can go super, super fast. Yeah, we're going overkill right here, just for the fun of it. No real reason otherwise. We probably could have accomplished this with 4 tracks, but just in case, you never know. Okay, just put most of these through here. And why don't we have that line up? Cool. And we might be running into a problem here because of the way the road, yeah. We might get lucky if we upgrade. I'm not that confident though. Yeah, too much slope. Fair statement, fair statement. Okay, let's try this again. See that little bit right there? That's kind of the... There's your problem. Okay, that might be the fix. So we'll try this again. Looks like it is. Why don't we keep these separate for the moment? Yeah, that's good. And then these can line up if I can get that. There we go. To snap. A little bit of symmetry never hurt anyone. Great. And then where would these ones go? I guess we don't really have that much of an option, right? Because hypothetically that one could just be like an end or a terminal or go to a garage or something, but we'll just stretch it out. That's kind of cool. And there's nothing really over here, so I'm not really worried about traffic on that street. Okay. That part may have to be redone. We'll see, though. Yeah, it does. No problem. Alright, that speed would be an issue. Cool. Okay. In-town transit now. Actually, let's just do a little bit of this. Oh, cool! That's an iconic looking engine right there. One of those diesel electrics. Alright. And that one, I believe, has a backup like engine. If you need some more power, that's what that thing is for. I think. We'll double check that. Okay. Train track in place. Awesome. And let's put down our little depot thingy here. And we'll just have that on the angle. Maybe not. Maybe in between? Yeah, that fits. Awesome. Okay, let's start upgrading for some tram tracks now. Okay, so tram tracks on the outskirts and probably cutting through. And we'll just plan for multiple lines. Even if we don't end up using them now. Yeah, that works for me. I'll use a bigger one just in case. You never know. Again, maybe a bit of a bigger city, right? So. Okay, just our stops. Nothing new about this. And I think we're going to have more trams than buses for this city. In case that wasn't, a little bit obvious already. Cool, good coverage, I think. This will be our route going in. That's just a little straight shot right there. Have one that goes across like this. probably going to wait for the city to grow in a little bit more before we put those, because that might just be a bit inefficient. Okay, and then as far as buses go, probably have a bus route that goes up this way. And then probably overlaps or something. Not impossible. And then I do also want to set up a little fuel line in between these two, and then just bring the fuel into Grand Prairie. So why don't we set up the makings of that really quickly? And so we can always do a little reference and see what we're looking for in terms of industry, and it's down here. So let's give ourselves a bit of a bigger truck stop right here. Let's be aware of the fact that some trams and stuff are cutting through. So why don't we put the truck stop right over here so we can bypass these guys. Cool. The industry should grow around that, so no problem there. And then, actually, a little bit of sidetrack, but let's just put this in really quickly. And so instead of routing through town, why don't we just drop a road in like this as a bypass, and just went a little bit far, and I unfortunately put tram tracks on that, but that was not something we wanted. So let me just take those off. Easy fix. Could be worse. Okay. Truck stop. Awesome. Easy peasy. Alright, now time for some garages. Great. Also great. Alright, let's start putting some lines. Just leave that over there. Okay, so this one is easy. So we'll get that out of the way first. Cool. That's a tram. Bit of a shorter route, so let's do 5 vehicles. And that was that gray color. What would that be? 40, I probably... unless I'm missing a, what line number was that? Line 40. Yeah, why isn't that showing up? That be down, Now, I think what's happening is one of the roads is just not, doesn't have wires on it. So let me just really quickly double check. Oh, they're not electric. Oh, there you go. There is your problem. Oh, oh my goodness, we're going all over the place here. We want large street. Oh boy. And, okay. Was that the only stretch that was missing? Yeah, I guess so. You know, I probably, without even realizing, used the other roads over top. That was my mistake, guys. Or I just missed those in the first place. Who knows? Either way, I think we're back on track. So line number 40 should be... Well, darn it, it's still happening. Okay, let's figure this out here. Why is this... Where's our mistake? Okay, so line 40 is going up here. Oh, we just can't see it? I don't know what the heck the problem is. Oh, it's up here, that's why. Wow, this is so embarrassing, guys. Glad we finally found that, though. Okay, so upgrade right here. There we go. And very embarrassing. Cool. Okay. Back on track. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened. Let's set up the truck line now, because that'll be pretty easy. And this is going to be 2 lines. We're going to have one going from the... well, I guess we haven't put a thing in here yet. Okay, so one going from here up to here and back. and then a new one that is going from here to our city. Awesome. And just our new trucks, we can probably use those. And these ones are good for goods, which is what we kind of want. What are these ones here for? Oil, perfect, awesome, okay. Try 7. This will be the second of the lines that we just made, so that'll be line 42. And the oil will be line 41. Awesome. We can always adjust the total number of those vehicles afterwards, and I'll be doing the automatic vehicle replacements off camera just to save a little bit of time. Okay, so in-town transit almost done. Let's do our supporting tram lines now. I still can't believe that was pretty embarrassing, but you know, I guess like lesson learned. We gotta make sure we do upgrades for those too. So no problem. Could be worse, like I said. Okay. This is our tram line that goes around the outskirts of town. And I actually just saw what I want to do, and you're going to see that in motion after. So let me move a little bit fast through this. The goal of this is going to be some overlap. Awesome. Okay, so let's do the opposite, and we'll get these two trammed up. And I'm going to do a couple in-town lines that kind of support each other too. You'll kind of see what I'm up to. This is going to require, I believe, a little bit of upgrading. Okay, 13 and 13. I just need tram lines on tracks on one more set of roads. Let's try 7. Okay, great. So these are now done. Perfect. My upgrade is just going to require a little bit on this road. And this was going to be a bus, but I'm actually going to make it a tram. Okay, so I want large street, great. Cool. And it can be, yeah, that's awesome. Okay. So, new double line. Like a line that just goes, you know, side by side type of thing. Alright, so where are we going to start from? Okay, let's go from here. Ooh, actually, I see a new direction now. Right, so here, up, over, across, and then this way. There we go. And like this way or that way? Let's go this way just because there's a little bit less coverage there. So that's that side. Cool. And let's do the opposite. I think it's a little bit more of the in-town kind of covered, and we're still going near the train station. So I think this is going to be a pretty profitable route for us in the long run. And like all things, this of course takes a little bit more time than I thought it would. So we'll just do a really, really quick bus route in between the next city, and then we'll drop down an airport. I do want to see that up and rolling before the episode's done. Do 6 for this one. Great. And 6 for that. Also great. So Grand Prairie is up and rolling. Fantastic. And we got these moving. That's also fantastic. We probably need some more trucks, but I'll let that settle for a little bit first. Okay, we're over in Cape Coral or Cape Coral, depends on how you want to pronounce that. I'd probably say Cape Coral. That sounds kind of cooler. Okay, so a Tram Depot. And why do we have that over here in this cool little spot right there? Since we're going to lose that building anyway, let's go on the 45-degree angle. And this will just be for buses to make a turnaround. So, new line. And we've proven how profitable it is just to have a simple little bus line go back and forth. Let's bring it over here for when they eventually want to go on to the trains. Let's just buy a ton of buses. And let's let them loose. Adios, fellas. Make us some money, please. Okay, so airports. Ooh, excellent idea. Okay. So I wanted close by, and I guess we're just going to use a tram or something, or a bus just to get to it. So why don't we actually put it over here, and we can use that back little road, or we can make a back entrance to our train station, and then run a road over here. It's not very flat. I guess that's kind of why this is becoming very expensive. Well, it's actually not that bad, all things considering. Okay, just drop that down. And before we do anything, let's put a second street connection here. Awesome. And we don't necessarily need the tram tracks just yet on this little stretch. There we go. How's that for height and stuff? No, the slopes actually aren't too bad. I think we'll keep it. And before things get too carried away, oh, we got a little warning. Our airport's not connected. We know that. We're working on it right now. Patience. There, back way in. Excellent. And we want this to come across. Let's line that up a bit better. Oh, awesome. Cool. So we can maybe take a look and see if we can set up a kind of some fuel lines along the river, get some tanker ships in. Okay, so let's just do this. It's not the straightest road, but that's okay. We'll just drop this in over at the airport. And we're going to go for a bigger one just because we have the option to bring in, buses and like that kind of stuff later on in case this becomes really, really popular. So we want tram track. We want to make this wider. And electric, actually. Awesome. So the trams will come in this way. Really cool. Okay, so we'll just put in... I guess we don't really need any stops along the way for the moment. We'll just have a quick little, a little 1-2 kind of thing. Okay, so from here to here. Great. Now hopefully this doesn't get too busy. And just do maybe a little bit overkill, just to get some people over here. Awesome. Okay, now as far as our air corridors go, let's set up a couple new ones. And we'll have one going from here to Chicago. Wherever you are, my friend, there you are. Cool, and then we'll do a new line that goes from here to Detroit. Awesome. So we have those planes for an automatic upgrade, I believe, and if not, I'll set them. And then we'll buy our new planes for these lines here, just so we can kind of see them in action. And we'll set 3 on each line. And then 1 on line 30, just for funsies. Man, look at these awesome planes. Holy smokes, these are huge. Now that's cool. Alright, well, we don't have any passengers just yet, so this is going to be a little bit inefficient. But we are banking over 200 million, so I'm okay having maybe a few inefficient lines right now. And probably because you guys are probably curious, let's do a quick little run through. Line 1, extraordinarily profitable. Like, oh my goodness. How are we doing for passengers waiting? Yeah, we're still... Now, so next episode, we really have to focus a little bit on the in-town stuff. You can see we just either need faster trains, longer trains, or something, but we need more people being moved around. And I think we're almost profitable with our freight train here, which is awesome. Okay, so let's do a little overview of everything. So the in-town lines, we're expecting them to be pretty profitable, so that's no surprise there. A lot of them are upgrading to newer vehicles, which is also great, considering we have this much money and we're buying all these new vehicles. I love it. So these are all profitable. These are profitable. Great seeing that. That train line 913, also very profitable. Our shipping, doing okay. We can probably put a newer, faster vehicle for these ones. We want just passenger. So these ones, obviously oil tanker doesn't help us. This is for goods. I guess that one's our option, right? 23, 25, 27. There we go. There's our winner. Great, that trucking route, making money. That bus route, unfortunately not. Just barely break even in. And then, oh, this one, now, okay, I guess I take back all the premature celebrations. We're not quite. I think we're getting there. And at least, like, the supporting lines are bringing this into possibly break-even territory. So I guess that's still an ongoing project. And then these are newer lines still ongoing. Or what line is this one? Fresno, you say. Where does that take us to? Oh, it is this one. Oh, goodness gracious me. Well, I guess, guys, we have to do a little bit more work on this. I might have to stare at this off camera and see if I can get the timing and tinkering just right. Because I think now that we're upgrading the vehicles, we have too many because of how fast these are. Yeah, you can see we just got too many waiting over here. Yep. So why don't we take some of these off that line, and why don't we put them over onto line 20? Why don't we just try that really quickly? Could help us out. So, I mean, this game, you've always got to be keeping an eye on things and micromanaging and stuff, so... Oop, I sent that back to the depot. Well, I'll take a look again off camera, maybe get a little bit more of this kind of worked, but let's sneak a peek at the rest of these. Some of the new ones we just made, doing okay. Well, this is alright, profitable. Line number 30, I did do the automatic upgrade there, that's perfect. Line number 33, our new one. Ooh, over at Fort Lauderdale, making us money too. In-town is doing great. These ones, new transit lines, not quite yet. These ones we just put in place. Oh, line 47, that's already profitable. That's the bus link in between Grand Prairie and whatever other town that connected to. And these are losing quite a bit of money, so. Alright. Okay, let's find one of these newer planes, and let's, yes, Cape Coral, that's what it was. Let's hop on board and let's go. So these we're going to be losing some money, unfortunately. I think we need to do some more work getting people over here. So we'll just, pump up the train network. Next few episodes, we're going to have to do some improving in town before we really start going outward again. Just kind of what we're doing here. This was just a little bit of fun. Kind of had the urge for maybe some newer airplanes, you know, so. Look at this one coming into land. This is awesome. I honestly have too much fun with this game. And we're still, it's so early in like the in the grand scheme, right? So many more vehicles to unlock and just familiar favorites and like that kind of stuff. Same with like trains and stuff. A lot to do. And then I said it before, for those of you who are looking for a little bit more challenge and that kind of stuff, I'm going to be starting a series, like a full playthrough, year 1850, and we'll be doing medium difficulty. So stay tuned for that. That should be a lot of fun. Definitely a little bit more of a challenge. And I'll be doing a few more just kind of like tutorial things in general, so kind of stay tuned for that. And yeah, we'll just kind of continue with this little series for as long as there's interest, basically. Or until we kind of go broke or unlock everything. So you guys let me know. If you're enjoying it, you know, I'll keep it going, and if not, we'll move on to something else. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next episode. I think we're going to end things off right here. And this is kind of an interesting route we're taking to get into Detroit. We have to go far on the outskirts. Oh, cool. Another plane. Man, we got lots of options for the planes. Okay. Well, yeah, lots to do, but I will end things off here, guys. I will say goodbye, and I will see you in the next one. But, yeah, let me know what's going on, guys. Drop me a comment, and, yeah, take care of yourselves, and hope you're having a great day. Otherwise, yeah, that's it. Take care of yourselves.